Is that rumors?
Talk.
Sure, girl. I don't even talk. Child, I'm too grown to be heard that before. I'm gonna tell you, I got some advice for you. I got some good advice for you, girl. I'm gonna tell you, sit down somewhere. You might just learn something from grown women talking.
Girl, I gotta remember to go to the doctors and get my blood pressure checked. You know, people should go to the doctors more often. I gotta get my medical.
Dang on, gay.
Check the blood.
I'm so tired of her already. I ain't even got to her house. I'm tired of her.
What the hell you doing here? You know I don't like you.
Look, the feeling's mutual. Hey, Regina, how you doing? I'm so glad to see you. I can say hi to you because I like you.
Thank you, Janice. Hello,
What y'all lying about? Oh, I mean talking about. Not you, Regina, you know. She know what I'm talking about.
I tell you what, I don't take you somewhere one time. Sister don't take you someplace one time, and you gotta come over here and show your behind.
Yeah, that's when you said that you had no gas and your hip was hurting, and you couldn't take me to the concert that we had promised we was gonna go to, and then I see you out there dancing and drinking.
Wasn't me. She did that to you too, Janice. Girl, she did that to me. You know she gonna tell me? It wasn't me. Blame it on the wine, blame it on the Henny, blame it on the fact that we all over 50, blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the alcohol. But I'm gonna tell y'all what, y'all don't be ganging up on me. Okay. Right before my colonoscopy, I'm scared. I don't want nothing to happen to me. I'm scared. I could die.
Girl, please. The devil don't die. He multiply.
Ooh, I'll sing at your funeral. Please don't. I don't want them dogs howling in a 25-mile radius. And I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. You start singing at my funeral, I'm gonna get up out that casket. I'm gonna walk straight out the door, and all I'm gonna do is smoke a cigarette until you get finished. Well, Janice, can you take me home, baby?
Sure can.
Cause I think she done drunk her blue drink already. She was up here passing gas and stuff, smelling like a dead body and roadkill. Mix the damn together.
Oh my God! I thought it was a dang on possum that died up under this porch.
I'm gonna tell both of y'all. Both of y'all can kiss smoke. Oh Lord! I ain't gonna make it.
Come on, Regina. Lord, she gonna be in there a while. You know she gonna be in there.
I tell you, she smelled like death warmed over.
That was some. What a nasty behind.
Look here, girl, I am so glad your great-grandmama let us come out. I didn't even know your great-grandma was still alive.
Yeah.
Until I talked to my great-grandmama. And then I found out they hung out. Yeah, I did not know. Now, your great-grandmama hangs out with my grandma too, right?
Yes.
What's your grandma's name?
Pearly.
Oh, Lord, Pearly. You know, I be hearing my grandma talking about her too.
Yeah, my grandmother's something else.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the one good thing that they was talking about. She told me that they've been talking about, you know, getting their health done. I think everybody should be getting, you know, going to the doctors. And I don't know what it is about men. Men think it's like unmasculine or something to go get to the doctors. Like they're supposed to be so tough or not. But they need to go get them doctor's checks too.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
my
they
husband
do.
will tell you it's important.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had a long bout with doctors.
Right,
He's
right.
gone through a lot with the doctors.
I don't know, you know, with me, I just feel like I'm not sick until he tells me what it is, and then all of a sudden I'm dying. That you could be sick and I'm just not feeling well, But then as soon as the doctor put a diagnosis on it,
All of a
I'm
sudden
like,
it's
oh no. I'm calling all the family. Y'all, I'm dying. What they tell you I had the chicken pox?
You're like, oh Lord.
Girl, I'm dying. What you got? I don't know. My lip is swollen and stuff. But you be thinking you gonna die of all kind of stuff. Lee, you funny because when you get sick, you just pray, right?
Yes, I always pray when I get sick.
And do you feel good right after?
You know, not right. I mean, I do feel good, you know.
Yeah.
After I pray and spend time with God, but the symptoms still be there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because like I had a headache, and I still have the headache, even though my kid came and prayed for me. I feel, I gotta act. I gotta be like,
So do I. It's so beautiful.
acting like everything is good, right off Jump Street. But then I get up and I act like, hey, a miracle, and then I'd be like, go on, so I can go get dressed, and then I want to lay back down, like, oh my God, what have I gotten into?
Yeah. Like, I know it's coming.
Okay.
I know it's coming.
You're trying to act out your healing.
I'm trying to
real quick.
try to act out the healing, walk the
But
healing
why
out
are we
real quick.
afraid to go to doctors?
We shouldn't
People,
be.
is it money?
I think a lot of people
bad
are.
insurance?
No, a lot of people are afraid to hear what the answer is, to hear what the
Exactly.
diagnosis is, because maybe you only thought it was a headache, and maybe it's something more serious. And sometimes, that saying, "What you don't know won't hurt you," but what you don't know could kill you. That's what
I mean, it could go either way. Because they say sometimes if a cancer victim has cancer, they're just living with I just been tired, or I can't really breathe, or my back been hurting and stuff. They go to the doctors, but they just been getting up every day, and one day is just so much that they just can't take it. So then they go get checked out, and then they don't actually start dying from it until the doctor says exactly that is cancer. I remember that I heard a doctor say that most patients don't actually start going downgraded until they know exactly once it comes out of their mouth. So I'm wondering what would happen if the doctor lied? Would their body, would their mentality actually take them through the process of deteriorating?
I mean,
until they're told, oh, that was a bad diagnosis that you don't really want to. Because I had a person that thought they had, what's down here, uterine cancer or something. And that's because the nurse had told her the diagnosis, or a diagnosis, that the doctor had been talking about looking at her file, but she didn't actually have it. So she's like, woe is me, and going through all these trips and calling family and, just, getting close. And maybe it helped her because, she was loving a whole lot more tolerable. She didn't have such a temper. But then when she went to the hospital, the doctor, she was like, I need to know the truth, because I've heard that it was a painful process of having cancer there. And he said, why do you think you have cancer? And she said, because the nurse said blah, blah, blah. He said, that nurse was out of pocket and never should have told you that, but I'm showing you right here, you don't have that. And she might have heard me saying, if you had it, then this or that, and I'm looking at but no. And all of a sudden, that person's whole life and everything it flipped, it switched. All the energy, everything that she needed to have to really live life to the norm came back. So I wonder, do we kind of give up on ourselves?
I think
when
that
we get
it
diagnosis?
plays a strong part in our healing and in our deliverance when it comes to illnesses, because I know that my husband has a very strong faith, and so he went into the situations that he's dealt with a very strong faith. That this, I'm already healed. I just have to walk through my healing.
Right.
So it's going to be a process. I know that I got to go through it, but God has ordained me for that. He created me for that. So I just know that I'm already healed. I just have to walk through it. And so every process wasn't a hardship. It wasn't oh my God, I got cancer. Oh my God, I'm going to die. No, it was like, I'm already healed. Okay. And this is just part of the process. And so because of that, he was stronger. I know that when my husband was in the hospital, and doctors and nurses had pretty much called it on him as far as, well, do you just want us to make him comfortable?
I remember
And-
because when they came out of there, they just said, do you guys have a faith? And we were like,
And do you want us to call the chaplain? And we were like,
and
his pastor's here.
He said, the pastor's here. He said, do you mind if I say, can we pray? And we were like, no, we want to pray. He said, because he really needs a miracle. And when I heard him say he really needs a miracle, even the nurse had tears in her eyes. And
But they had already called it. They like had called his number, like he wasn't gonna make it.
yeah.
And so when they came to me, they were like, "You realize this
because
is the
he's
problem."
in the natural, he was looking at the situation and the circumstances.
Yes.
And I got that because if I'm a doctor, a trained professional, and I'm looking at what this joker is going through and how much he's losing, it's like as soon as he tried to get up for the fight, he's being straight knocked back out.
So, and that's where they were looking
They
at
looked
it from.
at the circumstances
And so
and the situation.
they told me, okay, we could do this, but this is he'll probably die on the table.
Yeah.
We could do this, but this will probably happen.
Or he'll
you
live
could
a little bit,
or you
and
could
then
just
he'll
make
just
him
die.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Because this is his diagnosis. And I looked him in the eye. I was like, you're not giving up on my husband. You will not give up on my husband. I said, you do your job, and God will do the rest. You do your job.
Look, he was in the prayer with us. And you remember Jane?
Yes.
I called Jane on the phone. Jane said, I believe God is going to send a man of God in there. She said, there's a man of God in there.
Yeah.
She said, and he's going to reveal who he was. And that's when that other doctor came out.
They took him into surgery because first they had to take him down to a procedure to stop some bleeding. They did that because he was bleeding internally. And they stopped the bleeding. Mind you, they had tried this procedure twice and it failed.
Yeah.
This was the third time they were trying this procedure to stop the bleeding, because if they didn't stop the bleeding, he would not make it on the surgery table. They took him down. They came back up. They're like, okay, he's good. He made it through that. We have him on, blood pressure medicine to make sure we keep his blood pressure up, because at that point, his blood pressure before he left out of there was 50/20. So they were already counting him out. And I was like, the devil's a lie. My husband's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They took him into surgery, and the doctor that came out, he came and he says, I just want you to know that everything went well in the surgery room. He said, and when you look at the surgeon's face, they had peace on their face. That means they're not worried about nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
They said everything went smoothly. He said, and I just want to let you know that. And then he said, does Joe know God? And I said, yes, definitely.
They came out crying because they could not believe
And we all stood up and he prayed with us.
Yeah.
In the waiting room while we were waiting for him to come out of surgery. They were like, the last surgeon's in there, he's closing him up. He said, but everything went well. He sat up there and prayed with us in the waiting room. And I was like, look at God. We all started shouting because we already knew the outcome. You know what I'm saying? It was so amazing. I still get goosebumps because I'm like, God, he is always performing miracles.
I still started crying.
Yes, he is.
And he works in those doctors, in those nurses. He's the reason they have the knowledge that they have.
Yeah.
So it's important that if we go into it with that mindset, that he's using them to work on us, he's using them to work on our behalf, and not the other way around. Because like I said, they had counted him out.
Right.
I said, no. See, God's about to use y'all, but y'all got to do what you have to do so he could do the rest.
Exactly.
I look at it as a win-win situation.
And that's what it is. But it's all about a mindset. If I had said, just make my husband comfortable. Since you guys said
because you'd have gave up, everybody pretty much would have been like, oh, it's at
they'd have been
loss.
like, okay, just give him medicine.
Because it goes along with accepting what they say. Now, we know that they're medical professionals and they have their diagnosis and everything like that. But it's about, am I really, I know this is, appears, this is factual, okay? But then your faith comes in. Because I know, I know when I was, I had air in my liver and I was throwing up bile, everything. My weight dropped immediately, just digressed. And they said, well, your liver is as huge as a balloon and you're about to die. They said, either you're going to die on the table. I was in a trauma unit. I had IVs in both of my arms. They said, either you're going to die on the table or half of your stomach is going to be taken out and you're going to be in hospital 6 to 8 months. I said, I'm not going to be in here 6 to 8 months. I'm not going to die.
Right.
You know, you do what you have to do, but I trust God. And I told my mother, call everybody, every prayer warrior, you know, and get a prayer through for real, to pray for me, because I refuse to accept this from the enemy, because I feel like it's something to try to wipe me out. So I said, God, be with them. And it was 12 doctors that was trying to convince me that I was going to die on the table. And I said, I'm not going to die on the table. So, and I said, not only am I not going to die on the table, when you go in there, you're not even going to find what you saw. That's what I'm telling you. So I was in surgery very long time. Then I came out. When I woke up from surgery, had a tube in my nose, down in my stomach. And all 12 of them stood back around my bed. And they said, Miss Kelley, where did it go? They said, we cannot find anything. Where did it go? I said, I told you that God was going to heal me. That was my belief, that he was not going to let me die on that table like you sentenced me to die on that table. My faith, I believe, made me whole, and he healed me.
And that's what I think it's important to go to the doctors, because they give you the facts.
Yes.
So you get the facts versus the truth. The truth is, I'm an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. The truth is, I'm healed, but I need to know what to pray about. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you go to the doctors, they give you the facts. They give you what to pray about. And then they do their job with God's help. And then you have your faith that you pray on to make it come to fruition.
But you got to remember too, sometimes with doctors, they're just that. They've had to desensitize themselves from some situations because in order for them to do just what they need to do.
Yes.
Right.
But that doesn't explain why we don't like going to the doctors.
Well,
but we need to go, and
we're
we need
afraid
to
because we
spread
don't
the
want to know
word.
that diagnostic. Some people don't have that kind of faith.
We don't want the diagnosis, and sometimes we just don't want the bill.
True that.
Because you go and see a bill where all you know is all they did was X-ray your arm. Now I'm looking at maybe it should be $200 or $300.
No, $3,000 later.
But when you're looking at $3,000 and $4,000, I'm gonna tell you, when I had my daughter, I was afraid because they sent us outside the military hospital. So when they sent me outside of the military hospital, I thought I was gonna have to pay for that. But no, I didn't. But I didn't know I didn't have to. And so when they sent me the bill, it was $35,000.
Yeah.
I said all they did was pull the baby out. I mean, hello. But they charged me for the incision. They charged me for the medication, the epidural. They charged me for the needles and stuff to get. I mean, it was everything.
The lab test,
the bed that you lay in.
I went for a checkup. They said, you should have got some bills by now. Just bring them up here. Oh, I should have, because I did. And yes, I will. I brought them right up there. And any other bill I got, a $15,000 bill came up in there. I was like, this one too? They was like, yes, bring them all. I was like, ooh.
The bills are a deterrent from people seeking medical attention and going, because you think about it, the average medical bill for an ambulance is $500 to $1,000. Just in case someone doesn't have transportation,
they charged me $2,600, and I was in an automobile accident.
And so people are like, no, if I have to take the ambulance, I'm not going. Or that's why people think that if they get a cold, and they just let stuff linger on and keep lingering on because they don't want to go, they don't want the bill.
And sometimes they can't afford the medication.
Exactly. I was just about to say, they can't afford. Some of the medication is like, depending on what it is, $900, $400 and $500 for some of that medication. You go to Walmart maybe, or something like that. Maybe you can't find it on the scale that they have to help them out. People can't afford it, and it's just a deterrent.
I really want to tell people what they have to call, and they get that discounted medication. But I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. And I might have to charge them. Look here.
Give me that discount.
You can get this medication a lot cheaper than what this doctor said. You come meet me over here behind the house. What do y'all think about this medication, marijuana medication? I mean, I got some peoples that be smoking that stuff, but I don't know if they're using it because they're used to getting high, or they're really doing it because they have the pain. I think my question is if they start using it for the pain, is that where the addiction comes, where they have to keep using it because the pain continues, or is it like medication, the pain stop after about 3 or 4 weeks or whatnot, and then they shouldn't have to use it no more?
Most people are more addicted to opioids than anything else.
I'm talking about marijuana.
I know, but I'm saying there are more people addicted to the prescription drugs like opioids than
that's because they got that legally.
Right, but the thing is, it actually has an addictive quality. Like it has, it's known to be addicting.
You know what?
Most people that I know that use marijuana for medicinal purposes have cancer.
Oh, okay.
And so they use it as a coping mechanism. What you need to know is there's a difference between the types of marijuana that are used. There's CBD, which doesn't get you high, and it's strictly medicinal. It takes away aches and pains. It's used for
Does it let you hear better? Because I can't hear what you say. You gotta get louder, boo. You know I got wax buildup. I already told you.
For that.
They probably do.
They got something for that.
Q-tips, all kind of stuff, but I
No,
can't
not
hear you.
Q-tips. Q-tips are bad.
So are you saying, okay, so listen, you got to go by age, okay?
Okay.
And my surroundings and my environment.
Okay.
I'm 48, and when you say weed is approved,
You thinking
marijuana is
just smoking
approved, I'm just thinking it all gets you high.
weed? No.
And so that's why I was asking
Yes.
for people that are taking it for doctor's reasons, are they addicted and that's why the pain won't go away, or
And actually, most people will tell you that you can't be addicted to marijuana.
Really?
Right. It's not an addictive drug.
I thought you get the
No.
munchies real bad and you get addicted
You get
to the munchies.
but that don't have nothing to do with addiction.
Oh.
People smoke weed because they want to, because they like
Okay.
the feeling that it gives them. But it's not something that you have withdrawals from and have issues with, like an
So
opioid.
tell me the biggest difference.
Okay,
As you said,
there's lots of different plants, different strains that do all kinds of different stuff, and
Okay.
they've come out with more since it's become legal. But CBD is an oil extract that they take from marijuana plants.
Okay.
It does not get you high.
oh no?
It does not get you high.
Oh.
It's for medicinal purposes. They put it in pills, they put it in oils, they have it in creams that you can rub on your body.
So don't
People
get
use
you
it for-
high, but it will help with the pain.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It takes care of inflammation. They use it as creams on your body, especially for elderly who have like arthritis and stuff.
Now see, I didn't know none of this.
Yeah, and for cancer patients, they use it in pill form or different forms.
Now does it really help with the running joke, I got cataract?
I don't know if it works for cataract. Actually, we'll have to research that.
Because everybody be like, I gotta smoke my stuff, well, I gotta smoke my stuff, I got
there's-
cataract.
and there's different levels. Like you can have one that has CBD and THC in it. THC is what gets you high. CBD doesn't. I actually
okay.
work for a place that randomly tests,
Uh-huh.
and they held a class saying that if you can get a hold of CBD that's pure, that's not something that they test for because they know it doesn't get you high and it has a lot of medical purposes for it.
Oh,
And
wow,
so
okay.
they only test for THC, which is the part that gets you
Gets you
high.
high.
And that's the part they don't want you messing with
'Cause it alters.
because it alters
Okay.
your state of being.
All right, I'm glad you told me about that, because if you hadn't have told me about that, somebody probably would have told me the wrong way and hurt my feelings and
Well,
stuff
I mean,
like
people
that
do
there.
both because they like the feeling and they like the medicinal purposes. So, just saying.
Well, okay.
So yeah. But yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, like I said, they're coming up with more and more uses for CBD every day. They're using it in kids who have like mental issues or pain from different, conditions that they have.
Mhm.
So yeah, CBD
Does it calm children when they're
I don't know.
like real
It-
fidgety or
it's-
nervous or something's going on with them?
I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I
Yes.
know that they're using it in a lot of different applications now,
Yeah.
and that children are they're safe to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I think I seen a movie of something like that.
Yeah, but they don't want the kids to have THC.
No?
That's no.
They don't even want to give it to them to see how they're going to act?
No, we don't want high kids.
Oh, okay.
We want them safe.
I'm trying to remember if my dad gave me some of that to see how I act. I think, you know what? I think my dad gave me some of that. God bless his soul, bless his soul. But I think he gave me some of that, and then I just went to sleep. I think I went to
blow it in your face.
I think he did. You know what? He told me not to say nothing to my mama.
He gave you a brownie.
No, it wasn't no brownie. It was like a cigarette type situation.
When you smoked it?
I got sleepy. I don't think I smoked it. I think he blew it in my mouth.
Okay.
I don't want to ask how old you were.
I was too young. I was a little kid. That he told to sit down. I wouldn't go sit down somewhere.
So
And I think I started whining. I was like whining, so I must have been young. But I remember him doing that. And I remember him telling me, don't be telling my mama. Girl, I love it out here. It is really nice out
beautiful.
here.
It is.
How often you come out here to your grandma's house?
Anytime I can sneak away from the kids.
Anytime?
Anytime I can sneak away from the kids.
I thought you said every time.
Okay, maybe every time I can sneak away from the kids.
I can't hear you.
Maybe every time.
I'm not hearing you say that at all. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I mean, you know.
Every is
Leah,
peaceful
you
out
getting
here.
ready to leave? When you coming back out to see your grandma again?
I'll be back out
Why
here.
we only get to see you when you come to see your grandma?
Yeah, you don't come to see us. What's up with that?
You know what? She be trying to hold me captive.
Well, we came to set
be
the
like
captive free.
You know what?
Girl.
I think my grandma has something brown.
I want to ask you how you know. That's what I want to know.
She got real happy when she talked about it.
Okay.
She slid me one.
She just slid you one. You ate one and she got mad. That's how you know. If it wasn't one that didn't have anything, she only got mad at
She
you.
only bakes some for her glaucoma.
Yeah, you know.
See? Now how you know the
Yeah.
glaucoma? And she wear glasses and wear bifocals. So I don't think it's working like it should. I think she got to find
I'm
another
gonna have to research
excuse.
that and see if I got glaucoma.
See the validity of that.
Whoa, get off of me.
Your little aunt friend came to visit.
I think your cousins is coming out.
Yeah, my aunt friend
I'm
came
scared
to visit
one
me
gonna
too.
bite my leg, and my legs is so sexy and ashy, all at the same
I
time.
can't. Little net.
You know what I heard? I don't put lotion on my legs because
Why?
it makes my skin feel smooth.
You don't want your skin.
You don't want your skin smooth.
I just said the ash
Oh, the ash. I can't.
feels smooth.
I can't even.
The ash makes you.
The ash
Really?
does not make your skin
No.
smooth.
Ash dust feels like putting powder on.
No, it makes
No.
it feel flaky. No, how can you?
No.
I'm feeling them right now. They feel smooth.
No.
You need to. That's because that's your bad hand. You done lost feeling.
Ash,
with the good one.
listen. If you want to keep your man happy and satisfied, you go to bed ashy.
No.
No.
They run.
Uh-uh.
They run from ash.
They do not.
You know, they're gonna run right in the bathroom and grab that
Trust
lotion.
me.
Right? Instead of lotion you down.
No, you tell me one of y'all's men, just one, not all 17 of yours and not all 12 of yours, just one of your men's that you come into that room ashy and naked, go knock.
It's the naked part that gets them.
I'm
It's not the ash.
It's not the ash. Well, you know what? Once they see the naked, the ash is out the window. Okay, they gonna focus on the ash.
That's why I said it makes your skin feel smooth. Makes your skin feel
If it wasn't smooth, they gonna tell you it's smooth.
Look, I'm a bottle ash. I'm a bottle ash.
You just feel
so
silky
sexy.
soft.
You so
Ooh, you
soft.
beautiful.
Cause look, you go and you let them go like this. Babe, why you so ashy? Oh, we ain't gotta do nothing.
Exactly.
Put your robot. They're
That's
gonna be
why-
like, no. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Wait a minute, you think
They're gonna be
your
like, I was
ass
saying it was
hold
sexy.
on.
You see what I'm
Let me
saying?
get- let me
So
put
that's
that
the
stuff
problem.
back on.
So your man convinced you ash was sexy.
No, I had to convince him.
Oh.
Only one
like
putting
if you
lotion
rose
on me is me. It don't even make me feel good putting it on. I'm too lazy.
Oh,
I mean, that's not the reason. I think, what did I say?
I don't know. Have him do it. tell us you have a medical reason.
A medical emergency.
It's a medical emergency. I'm ashy.
I have to be lotion. You can't put nothing on when you see the doctor. You can't.
He wouldn't let you go back to the doctor if you put nothing on. Ever.
What kind of doctor you going to? You can't put no lotion on?
I'm allergic to lotion.
That's what you keep
No,
telling me.
because I don't want them to stop buying me some Bed Bath and Beyond.
Right,
exactly.
I don't want that to stop.
No, don't be lying.
Can't be lying.
You
now.
said lying?
Don't be lying.
No one's lying. I make stuff up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't be
Then you gotta ask
storytelling.
him. Can I tell you a story today? It's about the bear
No.
and the lotion.
Stop.
Because my leg feel like a bear when they got no lotion. The bear.
Oh my goodness.
Tell him it's for your eczema.
At what age did you have to talk to your kids about the birds and the bees? And when did you have to flip it and let them know it's not about the bird and it's not about the bee?
I never talked about a bird or a bee.
You just said it straight up?
I really did.
I think I coaxed them in with the story of the birds and the bees.
You know how my first conversation happened?
Huh?
My son, he was about 8 or 9. And we were watching a program and somebody said something about sex. And he started laughing. What you know about sex? Mom, no. You got all giggly. Yeah. What is sex? It's when two people are naked and humping.
Hey, what's the humping part?
So when are you the right age for this particular? Oh, like 35. Thank you, Jesus.
That's what he said?
Okay, 35. I like this. Okay, this is going well.
Yeah. He did say
He said 35. I was like, oh, I love you. Yes. So, do you know what a condom is? Mom. What? Mom, can we not have this conversation right now? No, do you know what a condom is?
How old was he then?
Same time. This is all at one time.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I said, so you know that you should never have sex without one, right? He's like, Mom, can we wait till I'm like 15 to have this conversation? I said, no, you're 9 and you know what sex is.
Exactly.
So guess what? Right now we're talking about condoms.
Yeah.
I said, listen, let me tell you something. Don't ever feel ashamed to come talk to me about sex, drugs, and anything else.
Yeah.
Don't talk to them little knuckleheads that's the same age as you because they don't know what they're talking about. Talk to somebody who lived it. I don't have no problem talking to you about
it's
what
funny
you want to know.
because my sister's kids couldn't talk to her about it because she was so religious that she said she felt that it was giving them the okay to go do it if she had a conversation with them. I told her I had to talk with my kids, and I told my son, if you're in any type of situation and you thinking you're getting ready to do it, do me a favor, grab your stuff and roll straight out. I said, and I don't care if you say this the whole way. Ooh, Mom, you owe me. This is for you, Mom, one good time. I said, because when you come to me with the situation, I'm going to give you the speech about how I prefer you to be married. Only reason
that's what I told him.
Why I would say that, that's just part of the speech.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer you to be married only because I know the first time she's going to own you. And I don't want you going crazy over this thing. So I prefer you to be a grown man where you can pretty much handle it. I said, but if not, I will get you what you need.
My conversation was a little different on that part. I told him, I said, listen, would I love for you to be, a virgin when you get married? Absolutely. I said, you know the word, it's a sin to fornicate, all this good stuff. I said, however, I know who your parents are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and that's just it. It's like I know who.
But you know what? I didn't even bring up religion. Why? I just brought up the fact that, like with my daughter, I just said, I don't know how you would feel if you were a guy getting a female that all these dudes have been through. I said, so if you can give that man your virginity on your wedding day as a gift, that would hold more weight.
I've had to talk to a girl.
Then my grandma taught me that, though. My grandma taught me that.
I've had to talk to a girl.
I'm going to tell you what helped me out. I did not lose mine until 3 months after I was married. Because when I got ready to get curious and want to do it, I'd go to my girlfriends. Girl, how was it going to feel, the first time when you... Well, it hurt. But then after that, You know, that's what they are. And then I go to my other friend. She was like, buck wild. She been with a whole lot of dudes. I was like, you know, how's it going to feel? You know, the first time I'm scared. She was like, well, the first time, I can't lie to you, it's going to hurt. But then after that, so I was like, that's a wrap.
So the hurt
If
part,
I ain't
the
married
part
to you,
gonna lock down.
if I'm going to go through that pain, nah, you got to put something on the finger. And then, but then it wasn't until 3 months. I don't know what he thought. When I said, listen, I'm a virgin, this joker was trying to get me to do everything. And I'm like, I don't know how
Can
you,
you
I
take
just
your
put it this
time
way,
with
without getting rude and nasty, he lost some skin the first time he asked me to go down there and do some things. And I'm like, did you think I was playing? I said, I don't know what to do. That joker pulled back, and teeth, I didn't know what to do with the teeth. So, you know,
dang.
he was like, oh, never have you do that again. And I was like, good, because I don't get nothing out of it. I'm just saying. And so then he was like trying to force it in. And I was like, it's not working. It's like me, this, you, this. Not going in the way you're trying to do it. So I got with my girlfriends because I was trying to hook a brother up. We was married. She said, take a real hot bath, as hot as you can stand it, and get relaxed, and then try. Don't dry off down there. Just dry off everywhere else, but then try to go in there. And so I said, okay. You'd have thought it was a sacrifice, because I was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to try.
You were going to your dad.
I laid down there like this, trying to grip for the disaster that was getting ready to happen. I was like, he was like, loosen up, relax. All I know is he said, I'm just going to push it in so you can get used to it. And I was like, well, why do you got to put my feet in the air? So he put my feet in the air, and then he thought he was just going to go in there. He was like, no. He had some feet print, though, right on his chest, because that's how hard I kicked him off me. Boom! I said, I don't know. He said,
Woo, I can't deal.
so yeah, he kind of got dressed, grabbed his coat, and left. But you know, later on, it took about 3 months because he had to figure it out. I just feel like there's no foreplay. I can't. You gotta work it.
It's all about, to me, it's all about when you have the knowledge before before you're intimate, about the lubricants that are available and a lubricant aspect.
He was 3 years older than me, so I'm thinking he would know something.
Yeah, something about, like, you know, because of how, you know, the gradual entry, you know, and
you'd have thought I had an angry vagina.
Not trying to, you know, not trying to bombard.
No one gets in.
It has to be a gentle entry, you know. And that goes with, you know, in regards to even the education aspect of it, you know, when you're being intimate, the preparation. Because some condoms, they even have the gel on them, you know, for the penetration aspect of it that will not hurt.
Education,
you know.
I tell you what, when my first husband, I didn't even like sex. I didn't know what it was even after we divorced.
No.
Because I didn't enjoy nothing of it. Girl, I'm so glad grown women like us can get together and talk.
Yes.
Who you gonna talk to?
Because if I can't talk to y'all, I don't know who I could talk to.
Me either.
We always trying to think we could say a whole lot of stuff, but ain't nothing like talking to the women.
That's true.
Because we get real, and we know how to talk to each other.
Yes.
And y'all gonna tell me that I need to grow up and go ahead on with that nigga.